Berserk. Rawr. G'day ladies and gentlemen, this is Assorted Solo Plays, and I am your host, Vasdema. Today we're back with Overhype Studios' early access game, Battle Brothers. And today we're going to be looking at... Did I just say today twice in a row? How redundant is that? I am so sorry. Moving on, we're going to look at the perk tree today. So let's go back to the roster and look at perks. Okay. Now, as you can see, there are three separate trees. One for offense, one for defense, and one for utility. And let's have a look at the offense tree. And also they're split up into three tiers, as you can see, because you're not blind. Or maybe you are blind, and you just really, really like my voice. If that's the case, my condolences. I'm rambling. What's new? Okay, offense. Sundering strikes. Effectiveness versus armor is increased by plus 20% for any weapon used. Crusher. Put full force in your every blow. Shield damage is increased by 50% when using the split shield skill. So you'll need to have a weapon equipped that gives you the split shield skill. Bloody Harvest. Gain plus 10% chance to hit for all area of effect attacks. Not bad. Executioner. On targets below 50% hit points, inflict an additional 20% damage to hit points. Not bad either. Push the Advantage. Gain both 20% chance to hit and 20% chance to hit the head against targets that are stunned. Headhunter. Go for the head. Gain 10% chance to hit the head for critical damage each time you hit the body. Bonus is reset upon hitting the head. Nice little cumulative bonus there. Berserk. Rawr. Once per turn, upon killing an enemy, 4 action points are immediately regained. Characters cannot regain more than their maximum action points, and no more than 4 for a single attack. Once per turn, upon killing an enemy, 4 action points are immediately... Well then how? Oh, because you might kill more than one with a single attack. I get it, yeah. Because if you do one of those sweepy attacks and kill 6 guys. So, you can only get 4 action points and only once per turn. Got it. Fast Adaption. Adapt to your opponent's moves. Gain plus 15% chance to hit after missing an opponent once. Well, I can definitely think of a few of my guys that are going to need that skill, judging from the random chance. Full Force. Put your full weight into every blow and gain plus 10% of your current body armor as additional maximum damage when attacking with melee attacks. Okay, so that'll be great for guys with heavy armor then. Debilitate. Unlocks the Debilitate skill. Okay, so this isn't a passive, this is an active. Unlocks the Debilitate skill, which can prime your next attack to cripple a target for 1 turn, reducing their ability to inflict damage by 50%. Bullseye. The penalty to hit chance when shooting at a target that is blocked is reduced to half for ranged weapons. Okay, so if I have my archer behind a shield wall and give him the bullseye skill, then he'll only suffer half the penalty for shooting through them. Close combat archer. If you can see the white in your enemy's eyes, aim for it. Damage is increased by 50% when using a ranged weapon, including throwing weapons, against a target 2 or less tiles away. Well, I know with the bow you have to be a minimum of 2 tiles away, so I assume there must be throwing weapons that you can use when you're right next to the enemy. Killing Frenzy. Go into a Killing Frenzy. A kill increases all damage by 50% for 2 turns. Nice. Does not stack, but another kill will reset the timer. Oh, that's really nice. Oh, that's, some Grim Reaper sprint sort of stuff. Nice. Perfect Focus. Unlocks the perfect focus skill, which allows the use of all other skills for 1 round at half the normal action point cost, rounded down, but double the fatigue cost. That's pretty nifty. Damn, can you imagine that with an archer? Especially with the quick shot. It'd be like ping, 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 ping. Like the fatigue would add up, obviously, but 4 arrows in a turn. I don't know if you can put your action points up as you level up. But if you can, that'd be a nice thing to have. Okay, anyway, moving on. I'll stop the rambling. Defense. Let's go through the defense tree. The tier 1 skills are Colossus with Breed On. Hit points are increased by 25%, so that's a nice little passive. Shield Expert. Fighting with the shield is as much an art as fighting with any weapon. The shield defense bonus is increased by 25%. This also applies to the amplified shield bonus from the shield wall skill. Damn, that'd stack up quick, wouldn't it? Let me just have a drink. I don't want my throat drying out and then end up going into a coughing fit. Oh. Okay, deflect. Learn to better deflect hits to the side instead of blocking them head on. Shield damage received is reduced by 50% to a minimum of 1. Battle Forged. Armor damage taken is reduced by 20%. Dodge. Too fast for you. Gain 15% of the character's initiative as a bonus to melee and ranged defense until first hit in combat. Until whose first hit in combat? You, or until you make your first hit in combat? I assume it means you, until you're hit the first time. 15% of the character's initiative. Yeah, that's not too bad. 9 lives. Once per battle, upon receiving a killing blow, survive instead with a few hit points left. The next hit is likely to kill you for good, of course. Okay, I see all of my guys ending up with that. That might be a nice perk to have. By the way, guys, I vape, so if you hear some weird sounds in the background, that's just me puffing away like a moron. Okay, Fortified Mind. An iron will is not swayed from the true path easily. Gain immunity against mental attacks that inflict panic, fear, or mind control. Awesome! Awesome perk. Nobody's getting my guys. Hold Out. Keep it together. No longer suffer from combat penalties when at wavering, breaking, or fleeing morale states. And gain double the bonus at confident morale. The character can still flee from combat. Okay, that's pretty sweet. Damn, the defense tree is pretty damn good. Nimble. Don't block, evade. With the offhand free, gain 100% melee defense. Oh my god. Excuse me, it does not work with two-handed weapons. Oh my god. Okay, so if you go all swashbuckler and have a one-handed weapon in your on-hand, then, oh, that's sweet. Okay. Anticipation. When attacked with ranged weapons, gain 1 plus 10% of your base range defense as additional range defense per tile that the attacker is away. Okay. That's... okay, unless he's a real long way away, that's not much of a perk. Compared to these other ones, which are pretty much giving you 15% and stuff. Yeah, no, that's not a great one. Steel Brow. Hits to the head no longer cause critical damage. Oh, that sounds awesome. Especially for a melee guy. Rotation. Unlocks the rotation skill, which allows 2 characters to switch places while ignoring zones of control. Oh, these are awesome perks. Indomitable. unlocks the Indomitable skill, which grants massive damage reduction and immunity to being stunned, knocked back, or grabbed for a limited time. Or grabbed for a limited time. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's not too bad. Return Favour. Unlocks the Return Favour skill, which when active... Okay, so it's not passive, you've got to activate it. Unlocks the Return Favour skill, which when active has a 50% chance to stun any opponent missing a melee attack against this character in retaliation. Immunities and resistance against being stunned still apply. Okay. For a tier 3 perk, that isn't too good really, because 1, it's a skill, so you have to activate it to start with. 2, the enemy has to miss you in the first place. 3, even when the enemy misses you, you only have a 50% chance to stun them in return. And 4, they've, got to be susceptible to being stunned. So, compared to things like Perfect Focus, Killing Frenzy, or even Indomitable to a lesser extent, yeah, no, I got to say that seems pretty pissweak. Give that a miss. Okay, so let's move on to the utility perks. Let's have a look at tier 1. Bags and belts. Okay, so unlocks 2 extra bag slots, these over here. And no longer gain a fatigue penalty from items placed in any bag slot. Okay, well, I didn't realise that sticking stuff in here gives you a fatigue penalty. Now I do. I'm glad I read through the perks. Taunt. Unlocks the Taunt skill, which increases the chance for opponents to take offensive actions instead of defensive ones, and to attack this character over another, potentially more vulnerable one. And effectiveness increases with the character's resolve. It's a nice little skill to have. Quick Hands. Swapping items in battle becomes a free action with no action point cost once every turn. Okay, so that would be very useful for, say, like my archer who is carrying around a knife for close quarters combat. Student. Okay. Yep, I think this one is probably going to be selected first on pretty much everybody. Student. Everything can be learned if you put your mind to it. Gain additional plus 20% experience from battle. Then again, level 11. So there is a level cap. So would I really want to waste a perk to get more experience when eventually all of my guys are going to either die or level up all the way, and it's going to be a wasted perk? Well, I haven't played the game enough yet, so let's just get on with it. Shield Bash. The knockback skill now also inflicts 10 to 25 damage, 50% effective against armor, and 10 fatigue in addition to its normal effect, and costs 10 fatigue less to use. So it's all about the knockback skill with that one. Pathfinder. Learn to move on difficult terrain. Action point cost for movement on all terrain is reduced by 1. Oh, awesome. Because like I said before, I should have kept reading. I was about to say, like I said before, it costs 2 action points to move, even on basic grassland. But if you keep reading, a minimum of 2 action points per tile. So it's still going to cost you 2 action points per tile. And fatigue cost is reduced to half. Changing height levels has no additional action point cost anymore, which I assumed it would, but I haven't seen, big hills and stuff in combat yet. Let's move on to tier 2 perks in the utility tree. Starts with Brawny. Fatigue penalty from armor is reduced by 50%. So anybody wearing heavy armor, you definitely want to have that perk. Battle flow. Once per turn, killing an opponent reduces current fatigue by 25% of the base maximum fatigue before penalties due to armor are applied. Okay, so what sort of fatigue have we got? Fatigue. Okay, 95 for him, 90 for him. Okay, 81. So even the guy with the lowest fatigue was 25%, not 20, wasn't it? Damn, now I can't find it. Yeah, battle flow. So even he would be getting back once per turn. If he could kill a single guy every single turn, he would be getting back 20 fatigue. So that'd be nice for a guy that just ran around finishing everybody off, that's for sure. Moving on, footwork. Unlocks the footwork skill, which is I'll start again. Unlocks the footwork skill, which allows you to leave a zone of control without triggering free attacks by using skillful footwork. Oh, that is awesome. While it didn't happen in the battle you saw, in the one I played and I had to discard due to the audio I stuffed up, my archer kept getting caught in enemy zone of control, and so obviously I'd have to retreat in order to fire the bow, and every time I retreated, they'd get a free swing at me. Even worse, in this game, if that free swing connects, you stop dead, and you still pay the action point costs for attempting to move, but you don't move and you're also now injured. So that sounds like an awesome perk to have. Captain. A leader of men, a captain to fellow battle brothers. Allies at a range of 5 tiles or less that have a lower resolve than this character will get a bonus of half the difference to the captain's resolve added to their own. Does not stack. The captain with the highest resolve will apply the bonus. So whoever ends up with the highest resolve in the company will end up getting that perk. Weapon Master. All attacks cost 20% less fatigue to use, and weapon condition degrades only half as fast. Dance gracefully with your weapon and make every hit count. Fearsome. Make them scatter and flee. All attacks that inflict at least 1 point of damage to hit points trigger a morale check for the opponent, as opposed to only if at or above 15 points of damage. Okay, so normally an enemy must get a morale check when they take 15 or more points of hit points damage. But with this ability, all you've got to do is nick the bastards. You can't damage just their helmet or armor, but as long as you make them bleed a little bit, then they'll get a morale check. Awesome. Rally the troops. Unlocks the Rally the Troops skill, which reduces fatigue of all allies nearby by half the amount of resolve this character has. Okay, so whoever ends up with the captain ability, which I've lost, here it is. The captain ability is probably going to get this one as well. Or not probably, will get this one as well. And Inspiring Presence. A great leader of men inspires his followers to overcome their limits. Allies start every battle at confident morale unless prohibited by character traits. Well, that one too, if it's possible to get 2 tier 3 perks, yeah. Definitely be getting both of them and captain for the captain. So, there you have it. There are all the perks in Battle Brothers, and some of them are pretty damn awesome. Okay. Well, I think we'll leave that where it is for today. That was Overhype Studios Battle Brothers, and that was the full perk listing. And in the next episode, we will get back to playing this game. Anyway, as always, I am Vasdema, and if you liked this episode, please like, comment, and subscribe below. Have a great one.